Well, hello there! I'm the Noodle Hunter! And today, I've got something that is a Vietnamese cuisine, but is made in the lands of Thailand. Phở bò, which is Vietnamese for rice noodles in beef-flavored stock, by the company Mama. Weighing in at 65 grams of dry weight and a caloric content of approximately 250. Now, I find it very interesting that a Thai company is making Vietnamese cuisine. I've said this quite a lot in my previous phở bò instant noodle videos, and it won't compare to my mom's cooking. But I need to remember to review this on a non-biased perspective as someone who's just tasting pho for the first time. And I'm really hoping that the Thai company really gives these noodles justice. But I guess we'll only find out by giving it a taste test. Inside we have, of course, the pho noodles. Now that looks pretty authentic of flat rice goodness. And of course it comes with the soup powder, because it wouldn't be soup noodles without them. And the seasoning oil. Ooh, from the looks of it, it looks very dark. I'm not sure if you can see this, but that's always a good sign. Alright, let's move on to the next part, but before we do, let's follow the instructions written on the cup noodle. According to these noodles, we're apparently meant to season them first, then add the boiling water to the line indicated inside the bowl, which I believe is, where is it? Right there, that little line there. And, let's see, focus, there we go. If you can see very carefully, it says cover for 4 minutes or until soft. And then stir thoroughly until we have delicious noodles. Delicious, I'll be the judge of that. So I guess it's time to season these noodles. But before I forget, I forgot to attach this to the background of my wall. Now it's starting to look a little bit fuller. Alright, thanks for waiting, and let's start with the soup powder. Hold on, you know I have to try this. How much will this taste like beef stock? It kind of tastes like there's a bit of coriander in there. No, I might be wrong, but that's the sort of flavors I'm getting from it. Anyway, onwards. If you watched my previous video, the oil sachet was really flavoursome, but will it be the case with this particular instant noodle? Let's find out. Oh, man. Definitely tastes like Vietnamese beef pho. Strangely enough. You're doing a good work so far, Mama. Anyway, let's move on to the next part. If you're thinking of what I'm thinking, you're absolutely right. It's time to boil these noodles. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go straight in, and it looks like it's kind of nice. Oh, I didn't realize. Hidden in the bottom of my bowl, there's also a fork. Oh, come on, Mama. Vietnamese people don't use forks to eat instant pho. Or pho in general, really. That's a weird looking design as well. Check that out. What the heck? That fork design's horrible. Imagine picking it up, it's tapered off. That's the word for it. Oppositely tapered. And when you pick it up, it's just gonna slip off the fork. What is this? Anyway, I'm distracted right now. Let's pour the hot water in. Real quickly. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, dang. It's actually looking pretty rich in flavor. Okay, let's flatten it out with the chopsticks because I don't want to use that ghastly fork. There we go. And then quickly cover it up. And now we have to wait 3 arduous minutes. It's been about 4 minutes now. So, are you guys ready for the grand opening of phở bò, or otherwise known as Vietnamese rice beef noodles by the company Mama? Bam, bam. Actually, I'm gonna be careful with this because I like saving the lids for my background. There we go. Oh. Bam. On first look, it actually looks pretty appetizing. The stock doesn't look as dark as my mother's stock, but will this be a good introduction to what beef tastes like? But I guess we'll find out after we mix it up. Now, you know what I always say though, it's time to taste the soup first, with my trusty Asian ladle. Oh, plastic is probably not the best type of ladle to go for. The ceramic is probably better and tastier, but I'm a clumsy person. I'm probably just going to drop it on the ground and break it. Okay, let's do it. Spoon dive. Ooh, look at that. Huh. Carrot is not usually in pho bar, from what I'm aware of, but if you see the reflection of those oil bubbles, ooh, I love seeing those. There's something just appetizing about seeing those oil bubbles. It just, taste of fat is just very, what's the word for it? Tasteful for the human body. Anywho, enough about that, let's take a sip. So I was right. It definitely tastes like beef pho. Nothing in comparison to my mother's, but from a non-biased perspective, it's actually very light in flavor, which is a good thing. It doesn't taste overly salty like a lot of other instant noodles taste. Hold on. It tastes authentic as well of Vietnamese Asian flavors. The spring onion, the spices that they throw in there to make the soup, the bones and marrow that they take. You know, like, I always think like making soup is like making tea. You put the tea bags, which are the bones, you put it in hot water and all the flavors come out. It's very well seasoned. It's not overly salty, subtly sweet, and has a bit of a somewhat peppery, just the tiniest bit of peppery taste. It kind of reminds me of when I was sitting in Vietnam when I first finished high school, and it brings me back a lot of memories. It's very decent. I think if you want to try pho and you don't know or have any Vietnamese restaurants, order these noodles online. You might get the first taste of pho, and eventually you buy these cup noodles, just get some lean beef, cut it up, put it in there with some basil and squeeze a bit of lemon or lime juice. Mwah, that would be delicious. And for that reason though, from a non-biased perspective, I'm going to be giving these noodles a solid, the soup, a solid, what's the word for it? A 7.5 out of 10. Alright, it's time to taste the noodles with my trusty plastic chopsticks. What if I used wooden chopsticks? It would taste a little bit different. I guess we'll find out. Maybe I'll try it another time. Okay, let's grab the spoon out of the way and do my usual noodle pull. Ooh, will these noodles snap? That's the real question. Oh wow, they're holding the shape really well. I've had instant pho noodles in the past, and when I pull it up, the noodles break really easily and gets mushy after you chew on it, but I have a good feeling about the mama noodles they produce. Oh yeah, that's quality. Look at that, it's not snapping at all. Damn, I think a good pho noodle should be somewhat firm but also soft to the touch on your tongue. Whoa! This is by far has the best pho noodles in it. It has that ricey sweetness to it, and when you chew on it, it doesn't become mush at all. It's soft and a little bit firm as well. So, whoa, that's truly a really good noodle. The stock could be a lot better, but that's just me trying to fight my hardest to not be biased, but these noodles are really good. The instructions they gave us has made the noodles cooked perfectly, firm, soft, and doesn't break up in your mouth as you chew on it, but eventually softens up enough that when you swallow it, it doesn't feel like you're swallowing rocks. Whoa, these noodles, I'm gonna give it a solid 10 out of 10. Holy moly, these noodles are the same firmness as how my mother would cook them. Delicious. Oh wow, that's quite an amazing experience right there. Okay, let's combine now the soup and the noodles together. Alright, soup first, bam. Do I want to put any carrot in there? That's actually one thing I have a complaint about. They should add a little bit of dehydrated beef to give it a bit more of a good, authentic taste. Anywho, let's keep constructing my beautiful noodles. I have forgotten that rice noodles are very slippery on my chopsticks, so I'm sorry if you're watching me struggle really hard right now. There we go. Oh, come on. I'm sorry. Please don't judge me. Why is this so hard? Son of a... There we go. Finally. If I don't spill it all over at once. Yeah. The construction of these noodles is a truly hard thing to do. Ah, come on, no! Ah, that's good enough. And it looks pretty flat. All it's missing is a bit of beef and a bit of basil. This would truly be amazing if it included it in there. But this is the way I eat my noodles. That's how my mom taught me, by putting the soup and noodles into the ladle, because I think that's the proper way of doing it, unless you're eating ramen and you slurp it up. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and let's continue on. The noodles add a lot extra flavor to the beef stock, making it a bit sweeter with ricey, starchy goodness. Does rice have starch in it? I don't know. If you've watched this far, leave it in the comments below. Sorry, to correct me. That's actually quite delicious. The noodles are firm. The beef stock's alright. It's definitely a 8 out of 10 beef stock, but in comparison to my mother's, it's actually a 4 out of 10. These noodles are truly hard to pick up. There we go. Bam. Take one more bite to see what it really tastes like. Wow. Makes me feel like I'm sitting in Vietnam at a Vietnamese food market, and they're serving me a big bowl of pho like this. Sorry, that was a bit of a pepperiness in my back of my throat. That's actually quite good. Very nostalgic. So yeah, if you don't have any Vietnamese restaurants around you, but you come across this, I highly recommend it. You might be able to taste the pho for the first time. So because of that, I'm going to be giving it a solid 9 out of 10. Sorry, that's a 10. There we go, 9. That's all I have to say about these noodles then. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of the Noodle Hunter. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well to follow me on YouTube. Hit that like button to inflate my ego just a little bit more, and leave a comment behind so I know that you're watching my videos. Sorry, I had a bit of a moment there. I'll see you guys all next time.